Hey, as well, Carter here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be doing a deck on the Red Omega Turbo. So, Red Omega Turbo is definitely the strongest deck out in the meta right now. Mainly because it has access to both Omegamon, as well as it has access to the White Vanilla, so you can turbo into them very quickly, as well as having really good removal. So this deck is just all around very good. Let's just get right into the deck profile. So for the Digimons, we're going to 1 Coromon and then 4 Digimons. So just here to give your Omegamon a little bit of extra power. So when you do attack, you will get the power to beat over other Omegamon in security. For the level 7s, we're running 3 Alter-S. So if you're looking at some top lists, you might see either 3 Alter-S or 2 Alter-S and then 3 Omegas. And then I'm running 3 Alter-S instead of having the 2 Alter-S. This is mainly a meta call. Green and purple are very strong in my locals. Like it's a pretty overly used deck, and so I'm running these just to play against those. Because green can pump out Digimon really quickly, and you're going to use your Alter-S to just kind of wipe their board if they get greedy and just have a bunch of monkeys on the board. If you are playing against in a meta with more red, I definitely recommend playing 3 Omegamon instead. People in Hong Kong are a little bit more budget, so not a lot of people are playing Omegamon decks. So that's why I'm running the Alter-S at 3 and the Omega at 2. But they're both very good, depending on what area you're in. Depends on which Omegamon you're going to run more of. But definitely I wouldn't recommend running more than 5. You can run 3/3, I guess, but it's going to be a lot easier to brick. But I think having 5 it's fine. Unless you draw all 5 in your opening hand, then you should have shuffled your deck. Next we are running 2 Blitzgreymon. This is another very strong card from the BT3. So basically what this does is it has Penetrate and also the Digivolves 2 on Evolution. So you can kind of counter against other Omegamon decks, as well as stopping Digimon that are very hard to get over otherwise, like your Millenniumons and your Craniumons. So Blitzgreymon it's very strong. If you think you want to run 3 because there's more threats like Millenniumon and Craniumon in your meta, you might run more. But I think 2 is good, 2 to 3 is good. If you don't want to run the Volcandramon, you can run the extra Blitzgreymon instead. But Volcandramon is very good against again Rocky Rush decks and purple decks. So definitely want to run that. But this is kind of a tech of mine. I'll run the extra Blitzgreymon if I feel like I need it. But right now I think the extra security check and the counter against Mercury Rush is helping me out pretty well. Next we are running 4 Omon. This is just the turbo card for you to get into Omegamon faster. But it itself is also a very good card. I won a lot of games with just using this and just smacking my opponent's face while having the Greymon Evolution Source. Being at 12k, it's definitely not bad, and if you have the Coromon and Agumon, bumping it up, it's pretty good. If you're not playing against a mirror match, there's a very good chance that you won't get stopped. So yeah, that's it for the level 6s. Level 5s, we're running 4 Lava Mitamon. So this is just a 7 cost, 2 cost to evolve. 7 cost hard cast and 2 cost to evolve ultimate, level 5. And the other one we're running is Groundramon, which is the 5 cost hard cast and 2 cost to evolve. So having the 2 cost to evolve is definitely very important in order for you to turbo into your Greymons, or not Greymons, Omegamons. Next we are running 4 Dark Tyrannomon. So this is the 1 cost evolve, level 4. So that's why we're running that. It's a very good card. Next, we're running 4 Greymon. Now, this card puts in so much work. This card has helped me win games alongside Omnimon. The extra security check just helps you come back up really, really quickly. And there's also other ways to get security checks in this deck. So, yeah, it's just strong. It's just strong. And if you have Blitz Greymon on top of this card, piercing with two security checks is just wow. Great. Really good. So we're running 4 of those, and we're running 4 blockers. 4 blockers, just because you want to be able to block and protect your cards if they're in rest. Next, we're running 4 Piamons. Piamon actually puts in a lot of work. So when she's deleted, you get 1 memory only on your turn. So when you attack and crash, if you're at 3 and you have this on the field, you can crash and try to get that 4th memory, so you can evolve your Blitz Greymon without passing your turn. So it's pretty good for that. Next, we're running 4 Omegamons just to get an extra 1000 DP. It does matter. If you don't have a Digitama underneath it, your Omegamons definitely need that extra card to beat over their matches. Next, we're running just the 2-cost vanilla, just because it's 2-cost vanilla. For the options, we are running 4 Gaia Force and 2 Taiji. So these cards, this is actually mainly here for the extra security check. It doesn't work with the Omegamon and Alter-S because they're not red, but this does work with your Omnimon. So if you have Greymon underneath it, and you have this card out and you have a full evolution chain, then you can have your whole monster for 3 security checks, which is very, very scary. But yeah, this deck doesn't actually really mind getting memory denied because we're running so many vanillas that it really doesn't really matter that much. But this is kind of the icing on the cake. And sometimes if you are falling behind, having that extra bit of memory does help. So running 2, you don't really need to max it at 4. It's going to be a dead draw if you do max it at 4. So running just 2. For the Gaia Forces, I tried running 2 Plasma Stake before, but they were dead in my hand when I'm playing against when I was playing against non red decks, because it doesn't really work against black if they have Omegamon, and it doesn't really work that well against anything else except for red right now. I guess blue Omega it works, but there's not really too many people playing blue Omega right now. So I took the Plasma Sticks out and just put two Gaia Forces. But yeah, pretty much the deck is pretty streamlined. There's not much else deviation, I guess. You can have a look at the list. I do see some people not running the Piamons and just running the vanilla Piamon instead. You can do that too, but I feel like this card memory gain actually does help me a lot sometimes. So that's why I'm running it. Just because if you play it on your turn and pass and then go back to your opponent's turn, you can use this to just crash, just steal some extra securities, and get memory for doing it. So it's definitely not bad. It's not as good as the Gomamon version, but yeah, I think it's fine. But that's pretty much it for this deck. Let me know if you guys have any questions. This deck should be pretty self-explanatory. There's not really anything too fancy with this build. It's really, really straightforward. And honestly, yeah, I was playing with this deck on the weekend, and I just wrecked. It's really, really good. There's a few games where I bricked. I did brick because I didn't have any ultimates in my hand, I believe, or I didn't have any megas, and I got steamrolled by Cream when they got their momentum. But besides that, I think it's very, very solid. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else. I think I might do a black Ragnarlordmon deck soon. And then I also have a blue Imperial Dramon deck coming out also. So I have a lot of stuff coming out. The reason why I have 2 back-to-back Digimon videos because I just have so many decks that I need to showcase, so I'm going to do the Android reviews probably a bit later. But yeah, this is Cardtacular, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!